Good morning. Today it's going to be a bit different, this video, because I have been getting many messages from you guys asking me how is like living in Norway during this time of the year, because we don't have that much sunlight right now. We have to live a big chunk of the day, most of the day, with darkness, and many of you are wondering how that affects our lives. So I thought that it might be fun and interesting to talk a bit about that in a video and to share with you guys some things I do to help me cope with the darkness and this time of the year, which can be a bit depressing, let's be honest. Firstly, because as I said, there's not a lot of sunlight. And secondly, because everything looks a bit sad. So it's not autumn anymore and there's no snow either. And it's quite cold already. So the first thing I try to do is to dress up, even if I'm not going anywhere, which is the case right now because of, Corona and all of that. But I still try as much as possible to get dressed up and sometimes even put on some makeup, because overall it makes you feel better, more awake and ready for the day, and not just feeling that you're home in pajamas. So that's what I've tried to do today. I'm going to take this opportunity to also show you the new earrings I have. On the last video I had some questions about where my earrings were from, and those and these ones are from a brand called Anna Louisa from New York. I have talked to you guys about this brand before. It's actually one of those brands which I am really glad to be able to share with you guys. Firstly, because they have a huge sustainable mission, so they try to recycle their materials, the materials they use for the earrings, and try to offset their emissions. So I think that's really important, and it's one of the reasons I love them so much. Not only that, but they actually make really good quality products for a very accessible price. Some of the earrings start at $30, and that's not much for a golden earring. They're currently having a discount because of Black Friday, so I'm going to leave you a link on the description box and you guys can click there and check their earrings. They also have necklaces, they have bracelets. I am just obsessed with them, to be honest. Their earrings, it's basically all I wear. I can show you the earrings they sent me for the Black Friday deal. These are just so pretty. I love that they have like a very unique shape. They're not completely like round, like circular. These are also very pretty. They are a double ring, as you can see, and one of the rings has these little diamonds. The ones I'm wearing are these ones, which are one of my favorite. They're like a screwed ring. I don't know how to explain this, but the bottom part is a little bit thicker than the rest. If you love them as much as I do, or if you need like a Christmas present for someone, just check out their website. I'll link it in the description box. Another thing that we try to do is to enjoy the time of the day where the sun is on his highest point, so the sunniest part of the day, which I think it's between 11:30 and 1. What we try to do is go on a walk or go a little bit to the balcony, enjoy a cup of coffee outside, even if it's a short walk during that time of the day, so we feel that it's not darkness all the time. We came for a little walk and enjoy while the sun is in the sky. And this is currently how high the sun can be. It's 1 in the afternoon. Another thing that for sure helps a lot is to be active and maybe try to do some kind of sport or exercise at home or go for a run. We also started to do squash, which is a great idea of a sport to do this time of the year, because even if the weather is not so good outside, squash is an inside sport. Another thing we definitely do, it's taking some extra vitamins, and I know so many of you right now are going to write in the comments saying you don't need vitamins, just eat healthy food and get your vitamins from food. But it's not that easy. Sometimes you need some extra vitamins that you cannot like intake from any kind of produce. And since we are from a foreign country and we are definitely not used to this kind of weather during this time of the year, I really feel that I lack some kind of vitamins, and so we try to take extra ones. You have to understand that in Portugal, where I'm from, during this time of the year, I would still be getting a lot of sun, and I would be getting a lot different kind of food which is unfortunately here in Norway not so fresh. In Portugal you would get so much more fresh produce and more different types of produce. My body was used to something when I was living in Portugal, and then when I moved here, so many things are lacking, you know? So I recommend vitamins during this time of the year. I know many people that take them, even Norwegians, so yeah. In terms of vitamins, this is what we have. Of course, we do not take this every day. These two is to mix with water. It's kind of more like a boost. And this one has vitamin C and B6 and B12. This one is called Immune Aid and it has vitamin D. Then for like more SOS moments, we have this multi-total. So it's a group of different vitamins, 11 vitamins and 9 minerals. Here are all the vitamins and what they do and help with. And then we have this, which is not the most famous one. The most famous one is called Tran, and it's a bit better, well, much better than this one, but I absolutely hate the taste of Tran. So I use this one instead, which is for kids, but still probably helps. It has 10 important vitamins. I really think that foreigners can get much more depressed if they're not careful, not trying to get themselves active and positive. Our bodies are not prepared for this if you're not from Norway, you know, especially if you come from a warm country, and we feel very down sometimes, you know, especially when now it's a sunny day, but imagine if it was like a rainy, cloudy, stormy day that the sun is not even out. So today is actually a really nice day, you know, if the sun wouldn't go down at 3 o'clock. Also, the sun doesn't go very high. I remember in Trondheim, in the brightest part of the day, the sun looked like it was setting. So definitely Oslo is much better than Trondheim or the north. I'm not saying that here is like horrible and people in the north are just like, the north is horrible. I'm not but for me, even in Oslo, it's quite hard, you know? And you have to think that in the north you have snow much earlier. So maybe now in November you already have snow, while here it's just sad and gray and bleh. Just wanted to show you that that's how it looks right now. It's 3:15 and the sun is setting. So I have just came from the shower, very hot, nice shower, and I have put on my comfiest pajama in the whole world, because let's be honest, not everyone spends the whole day at home dressed up, right? At this time of the day, it's completely dark outside. I'm looking through my window and it's like pitched black. This is when I start to light up the whole house. And when I say this, it's because I have candles spread all over the house and I go and light them all. And that makes me feel so much better, because I feel like I have some kind of natural light, if I should say. It's not like a lamp, and also gives such a nice mood to the whole apartment. So this is really something that I find very helpful, and that I know many people also do it to help in this time of the year. When I say candles, I also say, of course, fairy lights like you see in the background. Those are also one of my favorites. I think they help a lot as well. They create a little bit of magic. So the tip here is basically to light up your house as best as you can. I know that many of my friends also have these lamps that imitate the sunlight. It's supposed to make you feel more awake. I think you have to turn it on maybe for 1 or 2 hours per day, I think, to make your energy levels go up a little bit. but I've never tried one of those. Maybe I should try because we get so depressed this time of the year. Another thing that has to do with light that really helps me is to light up a fireplace. So we actually have a fireplace here. If you do not have one, you can always use the fireplace on the TV or on your computer screen with the noise, because I really do think that it creates a mood that really helps during this time of the year. I guess you also noticed that we already have our Christmas decoration on. That's because, okay, first we are very addicted to Christmas, but when it's this sad part of the year, it feels so good to have it earlier. It's just a good feeling. And the Christmas tree also has lights, so it's an extra light fixture at home. So in general, in the afternoon, it's time for coziness. And what is more cozy than to eat a really hot, delicious, warm soup? I am a soup lover. Soup just warms your heart and makes you feel cozy and happy. I'm making some soup here for today's dinner with my Thermomix machine. And in here, I'm cooking some, they are called rissóis in Portuguese. This is made with a kind of dough and folded, and then inside it has a seafood sauce with pieces of shrimp, and these were homemade, so I made them myself. Now I just have to fry them. Soup is ready. I made carrot and cabbage soup, and these are also ready. The last thing that I have to talk about that makes me feel better during this time of the year is to plan in advance and have something to look forward to. For example, last week I had a ceramics workshop, as you probably saw in my last video, and in a couple of weekends I will have a cabin trip. This kind of things make you look forward to something. I think you should start planning them in the beginning of October, for example, and then you would have the whole month of October and maybe the beginning of November, which are already a bit darker and sad, and you know exciting things are going to happen and you have those things to look forward to, if you know what I mean. And I guess that was everything I had to share with you guys. I know that again in Oslo it's not that bad. In Trondheim it was even worse, and I guess in north of Norway it must be really bad. But especially being a foreigner and coming from another country which we do not have this kind of weather and light and darkness, I guess this really still makes an impact on me and also on Daniel, my boyfriend. So these are some of the things that really help us. If you guys have other things that make you feel better during this time of the year, please share with us in the comments below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up, and I will see you next week. Bye!